Hello everybody, I'm Natasha if you're new to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking how to deal with anxiety on your own in just 5 steps. So let's go into the video. First of all, I just want to say and explain what anxiety actually is. So anxiety is a feeling of fear, worry, nervousness. It's like an ease about something that has, uncertain outcome. And we just kind of constantly worry about that, and it reflects obviously into our mind and into our body. That was the simplest definition I could give you. IVF is actually who introduced me to anxiety. I never knew, not that I never knew what it was, but I had no idea that that's what's happening to me. And now I'm still experiencing tracks of that, but in a very, very mild way. Also, another thing that you need to know is you need to recognize this eventually, and that's the only way how you can obviously fix it. Because I didn't know what was going on in so many occasions, and it was really hard to do something about it just because I had no idea. Before I start going through the steps and symptoms, I would like to say that by any means I'm not a professional. I'm just a person who has experienced this, and these are my ways that how I am dealing with this. If you experience severe anxieties or severe feelings of fear or worry, you should definitely go and see a specialist or call somebody. There is a lot of numbers and a lot of contacts on internet for sure. But if you would need to see someone more consistently, then it's probably the best thing to see a professional and to talk to them. I personally have mild anxieties. I did experience severe ones in the past, which I'll talk about as well. But because they're mild and because I have learned how to recognize them and how to deal with them, I'm doing them on my own. So here are my symptoms. I'm going to tell you all the symptoms I had throughout the whole, my worst and my best. The worst one I experienced would be during the IVF process, which were genuinely absolutely crazy heat waves all over my body. But they would usually start from my hands and they would travel throughout my arms to my neck and my head. I was super hot, and also with that I had a lot of tingly sensations in my arms and my neck, and they were going to my head. And I remember first time I experienced this, I actually had no idea that this is like an anxiety attack or anxiety feeling. The other one that was pretty hardcore as well, it was like chest pain. I would just get like crazy chest pains. Like it was almost so scary because at the time I didn't know that's something more serious. And then that chest pain would become worse because I thought, like, what is happening to me? Is it like something a lot worse than just that? So you again start worrying about that. Another one is super fast heartbeats. My heart would beat so fast that I thought literally like I just ran a marathon. It would not stop, and it would be for so long that I actually worried again, and I was so scared that like something worse is gonna happen to me. So that's one of them. The other things are really fears of all sorts. I'm not gonna lie, it was like a fear of going down the street, or a fear of sleeping. Like almost I can't explain them, but I was scared of everything. Another one is not being sleeping properly, a lot of sleepless nights because I was scared. It's hard to explain scared of what, because it wasn't like anything specific. It could be anything and everything. And anything can trigger anything. Because I learned IVF for me was triggering the whole anxiety experience, but then now when I'm off it for 6 months, I'm not experiencing those fears, but then those fears created different fears in me. So I'm trying to deal them on my own. They're not as severe, they're not as often at all, and that's why I just had to, I was like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna get rid of them quick, and it's just gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be cool. So here are my 5 steps how to deal with anxiety feeling or attack. Number 1 is super easy. It's just deep breaths. That could actually be a 5 breaths or 105. Not that I counted 205, but a lot of them. So sometimes you just need to take your time. You can either stand up and do that, because I feel that's a little bit easier for me. And then just, you know, do your thing, do it properly, and usually calms you down. Step number 2 is close your eyes. Then I kind of think about something that's positive, something that I've done and I loved, or I went to a really nice holiday, or I did something with my friends or with Matt, just anything that's like going to like calm me down. So that usually helps me too. The step number 3 is straighten your back, because it helps the breathing. And of course, if you have a chest pain that happens during it, it also makes it go away quicker. At least it works for me. So all these first 3 you can do in one go. So it can be just kind of one step, but I divided them because sometimes I don't do all of them together. The 4th one is your friend phone. So basically what I do, let's say I am sleeping, it's 3 o'clock at night, I have these fears, I woke up, I can't sleep again, there's some kind of noise that freaks me out, and I can't calm down. And then what I do, I usually go on YouTube, to be honest, and I watch funny videos. They will make me feel comfortable and they will distract me slightly, you know, for what I'm scared of. It usually really works for me. And the step number 5 is to do something physical. Now, to do something physical, it's great during the day, but I would also suggest it during the night. If you're sleeping and you have all the symptoms and you feel like you're still laying down, you're not getting up, get up. That's probably the best way. Or during the day, or even if you're at work, try to distract yourself with, I don't know, doing things. I will maybe, if I'm at home, maybe I'll just go and clean my brushes, see what lipstick I have, like something bizarre, but something that's just super simple for you that usually distracts your mind. So once I was on the plane and I had proper anxiety attack. I never had this before. And I'm not scared of flying or planes or anything like that. But for some reason, I started being hot and I started having these sensations, and I was trying to breathe and I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do now? Then just got up, went to the bathroom, did my breaths, did my thinking thing, did everything that I just mentioned. Then when I come out, there was a lady with the baby that I instantly kind of started having conversation with, and all this just created super quick fix for me. So it didn't last long at all. For me, 5, 10, 15 minutes, that's pretty short. Sometimes when you experience something more severe, when it's mild, it kind of goes pretty quickly if you're doing it all right. And yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. This was somehow really hard for me to film. I'm not sure why. So please let me know in the comments your experiences. Let me know, like, if you're having something similar to what I'm having. And yeah, give me some advice if you have something that helps you and it's actually not on my list, so I can actually add it. And just, you know, I like taking advice from people because, you know, when you're real and when you experience and stuff, it's quite nice to hear and try different things. And I will also link some people, public speakers that I like to watch or I like to read their stuff. I'm gonna link everything down below. But yeah, thank you so much for listening, and hey, have a lovely day. Don't forget to smile and take those tips because they might work for you too. See you soon. Bye.